And we're back with another episode of the Lakers Fast Break podcast. Gerald Glassman coming right back at you here from Lakers Fast Break, Pop Culture Cosmos, where we cover the latest news and trends in pop culture each and every week, twice a week, wherever you get your podcasts. Plus also as well, Inside Sports, Fantasy Football, Game Source, of course, Joe Sorrell. I don't know if he's hanging around or not. He was briefly in the chat on playback, but I don't know if he's doing a nightcap. I don't know where he's at. He probably might be punching someone out as we speak because he's probably so ticked off at the Lakers right now. You can find him as Oxide247, though, at LakersBall.com. Plus, also as well, he owns the company he's been very, very busy at. It is Simblades, Simblades with a Y.com. Plus, also as well, go ahead and make sure you check out what this guy right next to me is doing right here, Mr. John Costa. Please go ahead and check out what he's doing today at Clutch Talk and Lakers Corner. Also, as well, our good friends Laker Tom, who probably crushed his can of Coke. He was so mad. And also, as well, Jamie Sweet, Mr. Admiral Akbar himself. Go ahead and check out what they're doing today at Lakerholics.com. Plus, also, as well, what's up, Z? Go ahead and check out Friends Lakers in 5, Empire Jeff TV, Daniel Barry Sports Highlights, yo, and also, as well, John McCallion. Please support all those great channels. And speaking of supporting a great channel, especially in a time of need, especially in a time of darkness. Okay, it's just the Lakers lost, but still. Please support us by liking, sharing, subscribing, following, doing whatever you can to support us right here at the Lakers Fast Break. Doobie is correct. Terrible job today by Darvin Ham. The Lakers came into a very important game tonight against the Golden State Warriors with a chance and an opportunity to go ahead and move up in the standings with the loss by the Sacramento Kings. But alas, with no AD, who canceled out of the game, unfortunately tonight he continued headaches and nausea, yet he's not in concussion protocol. So you tell me how that one works. Kind of sounds like a concussion. Sounds like a concussion. Probably is a concussion, but okay, I'm not a doctor, so all right, I'll leave it up to them. But LeBron, only showing up an hour before the game, still having the stomach virus issues. He gutted it out. I will give him credit today. He gutted it out. And the Lakers had several opportunities to, even though the Golden State Warriors had the upper hand most of the way, they still had the opportunity on more than one occasion to get close to the Golden State Warriors. They were down by only 3 at periods of time. The critical juncture was in the third quarter, when the Lakers brought it down to 3 points, but unfortunately, Darvin Ham. The mistakes made by Darvin Ham late in the third quarter, I believe, was probably one of the big keys to why Golden State won the game, because Darvin Ham took out LeBron, Rui, and Austin Reeves, brought in the subs, and unfortunately, late in the third quarter, the Golden State Warriors went on a run, and by the end of the third quarter, which was only about 2.5, 3 minute period of time frame, the Golden State Warriors were leading by 17, and from there on out, the Lakers just could not find any answers, especially on the defensive end. Their perimeter defense was so bad. How bad was it? The Golden State Warriors bombed away for 26 made threes, 63% overall from behind the arc, and the Golden State Warriors defeat the Los Angeles Lakers 134-120. When you have Draymond Green going 5 of 7, when you have Stephen Curry going for 6 for 6, when you have Klay Thompson going 5 for 10, Andrew Wiggins going 3 for 5, Gary Payton going for 2 of 3, Podziemski going 3 for 3. Really hard to go ahead and get anything done. And here today to discuss today's game, the missed opportunities, because you did have a chance, even despite the hot shooting, to go ahead, and despite not having AD, to still stay in this game and get a chance in the fourth quarter, but that was not to be. It is, of course, the good man indeed. It is John Costa from Lakers Corner and Clutch Talk. Yeah, exactly, Frank. A missed opportunity, John. A missed opportunity for the Lakers today, and a lot of it I would place. Yes, AD is the obvious choice, but AD, if he's got headaches and nausea, what can you do about that? You could thank Kyle Anderson for that one, but the Lakers had a chance to make a move in the third quarter, only down 3, and instead gave up a big lead. No timeouts while all that scoring was going on. Bad rotations, bad substitutions. This today, I think a lot of what, yes, AD not being there obviously had a lot to do with it, but also Darvin Ham as well.
Yeah, honestly, I feel like this was, well, at least this is how I feel. Darvin Ham, started the season, and I don't think it was terrible, at least in my perspective. It wasn't absolutely terrible. And then throughout the season started to go on, like it got to the point where I was like, wow, this guy genuinely probably does not understand the concept of basketball and rotations and the when to call timeouts at the right time. He doesn't have a feel for the game. And then I feel like, since the calendar year turned, maybe actually a little bit, even in January, he struggled. I started to see maybe a bit of a new leaf, mainly really because of the players, right? Like we started to play a little bit better. I know LeBron James has been averaging like 27 points since All-Star games. Since post All-Star, so that may play a part in Darvin Ham looking a little bit better. But this game tonight just showed me that whatever progress I thought he made, just grab that and just throw that right out the window, because it was no progress. Like the decision making that he had in that third quarter with the rotations, when we already were struggling. From the beginning of the game, with no Anthony Davis, it's clear like teams are going to try to bully us inside. Teams are going to try to take advantage of the inside, and I feel like that's what the Warriors did in that first quarter. There you go, Gerald. I was like, where did Gerald go?
They're saying my volume. So can you hear me? Okay.
I can hear you. I can hear you very well.
Oh, okay. Well, I tried to go ahead and multi-stream from Talk Studio and playback at the same time for the pregame, but that was a miss because unfortunately playback sucked up all the audio. So I just want to make sure it's not doing the same thing again. So as long as you hear me fine, everybody else should be able to hear me. But Darren said it was a little soft, so I just wanted to make sure everything's okay.
Yeah, I personally hear you great. So
everybody else is saying low. That's weird.
I don't know. Weird. I got my headphones halfway turned up, and I hear you good.
As you continue to go ahead then and explain what's going on, I'm going to go ahead and pop on out. I'm going to go ahead and come back in here. So keep on going ahead and explain why you're pissed off at Darvin Ham. Although being the president of the D'Angelo Russell fan club, that really wasn't a good thing to be today as well.
That was not a good thing to be. And guys, man, this was such a frustrating L, guys. Dara said, John, you were twice as loud as Jeremy. I don't know. I got my mic right here, so I don't really know. But anyway, y'all, check this out. So this was so damn frustrating, which as far as Gerald, you're back. Is audio better, guys?
Let us know if it's any better. Again, I think it's probably when I switch back and forth from playback.
Mm-hmm.
It's when you're running all these things on all these different tabs. So sorry, guys. I'm sorry. So hopefully I hear you all just fine, Frank says. Okay, go ahead, my friend. Go ahead.
All right. No, absolutely. So like I was saying, yeah, Darvin Ham just basically showed me that there was no progress. He went right back to the same dumb decisions that he was making, honestly, all throughout the season. And then as far as like just some other things that I saw throughout this game, guys, Gabe Vincent on the year, which granted he hasn't played many games, he's 2 for what, 21. So how many threes he take?
He's just 2 for 21 going exactly in the game all season long.
And he took 3. So I was doing the math right now. So he's like what, 23, right? So he's 2 for 24. 2 for 24. Okay. So he's 2 for 24.
He's absolutely sucked.
He's absolutely sucked, right? Exactly. Can someone tell me where on God's green earth does he think he has the green light to just come down court and take a dribble, no pass, pull up 3? Like, I know that the momentum was in the game, and D'Angelo Russell had just hit one the other time down court, but it's like, yo, Gabe, what in the world? What kind of decision is that? So that's one thing that I noted that I needed to talk about, because that's just lack of knowledge, lack of feel for the game, lack of how you've been playing. But another thing is, I feel like, I know LeBron ended the night with 33 points, but coming into this, I mean, we knew there was going to be no Anthony Davis. Like, I'm not saying, try to go for a 50-50 burger, Bron, but maybe let's not try to be 33 points, 11 assists. Like, I feel like he was so passive, and especially in that first half.
He's still not 100%. You could tell. He only got there an hour before the game. And I'm not going to be hard on LeBron. I'm not saying I'm a LeBron stan or LeBron goat or anything like that. I'm going to give the guy a little bit of slack today, because he did, like I said, he only showed up an hour before the game. He was questionable. He did go through workouts. It was a game time decision. He did go for it. And the guy was 14 of 22, John.
No, he definitely played well, but I just mean, as far as, like, especially in that first half, like, I just saw so many of the pick and rolls that he would usually run and just giving them off, which I get
not feeling well. He's probably not 100%.
Absolutely. Which I understand,
which makes
but
it more imperative that your D'Lo and also Ham have got to make sure they make the right decisions out there, and both guys, to whatever extent you want to say, didn't get it done today.
Yeah, I mean, they didn't get it done as far as that. I mean, D'Angelo Russell, it seems like he's slowing down a little bit. I know the last couple of months he was just on a burner, game after game after game, and then he would have maybe one bad game or whatnot every once in a while. But ever since then, he has slowed up a little bit. But as far as just like otherwise, I mean, guys, this was going to be a tough one to win. One, because there was no Anthony Davis, but then two, when a team gets hot like that from a 3-point line, like, come on, there isn't really much that we can do. Like, I'm looking up here the numbers so I don't misspeak. But yeah, Draymond Green went 5 of 7 from 3-point line. If you could find me another time ever again in NBA history when Draymond Green went 5 of 7 from 3-point line, then I'll give you whatever you want. But yeah, needless to say, it was a bad game plan. It was a lack of the role players stepping up, with AD now, with LeBron not being being game time decision. But at the end of the day, guys, Warriors hit season high 3-pointers. Draymond Green at 5 of 7. There just wasn't much we could do tonight.
Once again, it is the Lakers Fast Break. It is John Costa along with me, Gerald Glassford. Thanks so much again for watching and listening. Truly appreciate it. Don't know the status for Lakers Nightcap with Joe Soro. I put it for 10:30, assuming he was going to be here, but don't know the status of him yet. So I'm assuming he's real busy with Simblades, simblades.com. The Lakers lose 134 to 120. They're now 45 and 35 on the season. Mike Trudell just tweeted out all the scenarios for the Lakers, and I don't think he realized when he tweeted out how, something in there, John. Let me go ahead and tell you. The Lakers go 2-0. Golden State would need to go, for them to finish ahead in the standings, Golden State would need to lose at least once, John. Sacramento, Phoenix would need to lose at least twice, and New Orleans would need to lose 3 times, which theoretically they couldn't do because they're playing Golden State. So, one of those guys have to win and to maybe mess things up there. So I think New Orleans is probably out as far as them just catching up to them. I mean, that's a slight chance of them going 0-3, but yeah, I mean, one of the games is against us. So yeah, absolutely. Gonna be a problem for us. Phoenix, they play like they did tonight, especially in that first quarter against the Clippers. Who knows? But I'm sure they're going to get ticked off when they play the Clippers again, because they're playing the Clippers again, I think tomorrow, if I'm not mistaken, or in their next game, because they're doing a back-to-back against them, one home, one away. So I have a feeling, since they were down 35-4 in the first quarter to the Clippers, they're going to go ahead and get a message back to what's going on with the Clippers. So we'll see. It's the hill is now tougher. We went just a few days ago, John, on Saturday. We were riding high in the afternoon. You were riding high there with Sean and with Joe, Everybody was having fun, a good time. The real possibility we could get to 8th, 7th, or even 6th was there. Flash forward 2 games now, John, and the realization now is more and more that 10th place could be where we're at.
Man, it's such an emotional roller coaster. It's such an emotional roller coaster because we were, yeah, like how you said, we were maybe gonna have a chance of avoiding all play-in situations, and now we're going to. We might just end up like some people are saying here in the chat, like we clinched the 10th seed basically. So some people, and with that, so with that being said, it's like we almost just went from barely missing the play on. I mean, missing the play in
We went
to
from the
where
high highs to the low lows.
exactly right. That's what I'm trying to get at. Like we went from being like, "Whew, man!" Like we just saved the 39-year-old LeBron James. We just saved Anthony Davis from more games to injury. To now, we would the last possible team to make the play in, and on top of that, let me see right here and on top of that, now we only would get one game in the play-in, right? So it's like we can't even finish as a 7th or 8th seed. So not only did we just go from the high to the lows of lows, but now we're just in a I don't want to cuss, but like a poopy situation. You know what I'm saying? We're just in a bad situation, and honestly, I just want to just take this. I feel like just game by game at this point. I don't even know, Jared. Honestly, I'm kind of upset too, real with you, because I'm looking at the seating here and I'm just like, dang, like we could have been in such a prime situation, especially with the Oklahoma City Thunder being at the 3 seed right now. If we could have somehow got to that 6 seed, boy oh boy, matchup that I'm looking for, to be honest.
Once again, it is the Lakers Fast Break. It is John Costa along with me, Joe Glassford. Thanks so much again for listening. Truly appreciated. John, with this 134 to 120 loss, again, the Lakers are 45 and 35, but statistically, it's now more and more like that they're going to be in 10th place in the Western Conference unless things dramatically change once again. The thing that pisses me off, though, outside of the terrible way that Darvin Ham handled that last 3 minutes of the third quarter, their perimeter defense was absolutely the worst. And this has been a season where the perimeter defense has been really bad, John, at times, especially in the first part of the season. It was horrendous. Whatever you're doing, you needed to change. If you see them making open threes, hey, why don't you change your defense to go ahead and compensate for that? Yes, I understand they run a lot of screens and screen action, but there's still better ways you can play up on them. Let them drive if you need to. The thing is, they're hitting an insane amount of threes, and the Lakers did nothing all game long to deviate them from doing just that.
Yeah, honestly, the Lakers throughout the season they've been a very bad defensive team, but especially without Anthony Davis, and especially we've been very bad running teams off the 3-point line. Like it just seems to be like teams come play the Lakers and it just becomes a shooting practice. Looks like they've been on the shooting gun getting a 500 plus shots because we're just letting teams shoot at will. Right now, I'm on NBA.com because I don't want to misspeak. I believe we are the oh no, that's not. Look, we're bottom half of the league on defense. In defense, so honestly, the eye test shows it, the stats show it, and I mean tonight was just another example of it. I know it's Draymond Green, but at some point, like, let's try to get a hand up. Like, and I'm actually remembering there was a play when it was Stephen Curry. He was at the right wing, came off a screen, and D'Angelo Russell had honestly barely put a hand up. To be honest with you, coming off a screen, someone set Stephen Curry to screen for just average above average shooter. You should be high up on that screen or trying to fight over it. D'Angelo Russell, not only did he go under, but he barely put a hand up out to contest. Luckily, Curry just ended up just pump faking it. But that right there is a prime example of us just, I mean, honestly, allowing teams to do what they do best. And another thing that's frustrating, to be honest with you, is during the I know we didn't have an Anthony Davis, so I guess I'm gonna take what I'm about to say with a grain of salt. But like every every time I talk about this Lakers team, I say, man, we gotta stop trying to conform to what the rest of the league is doing. The rest of the league is shooting threes. Well, guess what? We're not a 3-point shooting team. Let's focus on going inside and dominating the paint. And with Anthony Davis, we do that a lot more often. But I mean, tonight we ended up shooting 35 threes. The Warriors shot 41. Except the only problem is the Warriors hit 26. We hit freaking 12. So the only issue is like, why are we trying to keep shooting with a team that can shoot us out of a game? Like that's what they want to do. They want to get in a 3-point shooting match. They're like, yeah, let's do it. Let's go back and forth. I bet we're gonna hit more than you hit. And the frustrating part about the Lakers is we fell into that trap and got up 30 plus threes this game.
Well, also what hurts though is, John, that the Lakers, they took 16 more shots than the Golden State Warriors. Yet you see that they produced 14 less points. And that just to me tells you that the efficiency, the way that they did not go out on the perimeter and guard the perimeter. And this is what people have a concern with D'Angelo Russell. Your man is, will he do this in the playoffs? Will he have one of these games in the playoffs? Because if he has one or two of these games in the playoffs, the Lakers are absolutely not going anywhere. If he has this type of game in a play-in, John, the Lakers might as well just go ahead and go Cancun. 1, 2, 3, Cancun.
Absolutely, 1, 2, 3, Cancun. Which speaks even more to what we were just saying earlier about. I mean, best situation is getting in that 6th seed, avoiding all playing situations. But if not, getting to that 7th or 8th seed to where you at least have 2 playing games. But now us being stuck at either this 9th or this 10th, it's only one. It's a one-time game, and let's say D'Lo just for whatever reason isn't feeling it that game, or Spencer Dinwiddie, or if Anthony Davis decides not to bring it, or if Anthony Davis freaking hurts his finger carrying in the groceries from the day before and then decides not to play, then I mean we're screwed. So honestly, but to be real though, Gerald, like honestly, I just thought of this right now, like literally on this second. Like I don't know. I'm so up and down with this, Joe, because just on Saturday I was saying like, wow, well, look at this Lakers team. Like,
so excited.
I was so excited, Gerald. I was on Saturday. I was like, wow, look at this Lakers team. Like,
you had me going. I'm driving down the freeway and I'm hearing John Constant. I'm going, man, he is excited. He is thrilled.
That's what I'm saying, right? So I was so excited, and I was talking to Joe, and I was like, Joe, Sean, like, I really think, I know people may look at me crazy because of this take and because right now we're the 9th, 10th seed, but I really think this might be like one of the better like playoff teams come playoff. But now, like, I'm so low to where like I was legitimately just about to say, like, honestly, guys, like, let's just end the season because like we're not gonna really go anywhere that I want to go anywhere that I have expectations to go. Like, so to me, it's like, damn, like I have an unfortunate situation just like waiting for me. So it's like it's like around the corner. It's like I know some BS is coming right around the corner, but it's just like how soon do I want the BS? Do I want it now or do I want it later? But that's the frustrating part. Like Sam right here in the chat said, I agree, it's over, but I don't know. Like just literally 3 days ago, 2 days ago, however many days that was ago, I was like, yo, besides the Denver Nuggets, we might be one of the best playoff teams come playoff, but now. Yeah, wow. It's crazy, guys.
Well, again, for me, it's irritating. And I wanted to make sure I wrote notes on it right now. Just the rookies. To see the rookies for Golden State play extended minutes, 3 block shots for Trace Jackson Davis on the Lakers. Meanwhile, you got Podziemski, whatever you want to say. He hits 3 threes, 3 of 3 from beyond the arc. These guys are rookies, John. The Lakers had every opportunity to get these players and bypass them. both times with both picks, and instead got Maxwell Lewis, who threw up an air ball from 3 in garbage time, JHS, who's at home rehabbing his back from back surgery after the heavy lifting he did during the season. Oh, wait, he didn't do much during the season or anything for that matter. So I just, how irritating is it for me to see this, what's going on the first and second quarter, to see both your picks that you could have had wasted on what you have and now, and wasted on the fact that Golden State, you see what they picked instead, and you see how much and how productive they are for them.
Yeah, the whole JHS, and I mean, really, all our rookie situation is just so. It's an epitome of Lakers management. That's exactly what it is. It's an epitome of Lakers management. Poorly handled, um, poorly executed, terrible decisions. I want to address some things that are going on here in the chat, though, Gerald. People were saying the people were saying, like, relax. It's not over. I don't know, guys. Like, this looked really bad tonight, and I mean, is in a sense of, like, me and Gerald just said it. We were about to avoid the freaking play-in, guys. We were playing so well post All-Star. We were playing so well, turning the new calendar year. Did y'all see what happened tonight? Like, I understand that Draymond had a once in a lifetime solar eclipse game. I understand that the Warriors hit season high 3-pointers, but it's like, man, now we are just stuck in this 10th seed, and we have our margin of error is just smaller. That's it. That's all I got to say. And our errors have been I'll say this: our margin of error is very small, and our errors have been very big this year. So makes it hard to believe that we're going to get it together.
Interstellar, I think, going back, I guess because it's being like a limited run in the movies, I would say that's, you're going to have a good time watching it. Although, again, it does go off the rails in that third act, but still, most people are able to go ahead and get a lot out of it. I enjoy it. I've seen it a couple times, so yeah, I think you'll like Interstellar if you haven't seen it already. But not in theaters. Yeah, it'd be nice to see it. I'm going to go ahead and check it. I still promise myself before it goes out, just check out Dune Part 2 on IMAX. I've seen it in theaters on XD. I want to see it at IMAX before it heads out. But once again, it is the Lakers Fast Break. It is John Costa along with me, Gerald Glassford. Thanks again for watching, listening. Here today is a good man indeed. I think he is popping in there. It is, of course, the guy behind Simblades, SimbladesWithAY.com, and Ox1947. He is the busiest guy in all of Temecula, and probably not a happy camper as that. So we thought you might be punching somebody. So I'm glad that you're here. I'm glad you didn't get arrested. But it was a terrible game. Poor decisions by Ham in the third quarter and no perimeter defense. But I'll leave you with this, Joe, before I turn over to you. The comments that were made after the game by Rui, because they said without AD, they focused in on guarding the paint. And I'm thinking to myself, with Curry and Thompson out there chucking up threes, Draymond Green chucking up threes, why would your emphasis be on guarding the paint without AD, Joe?
Guarding the paint, is that what he said?
Hashimura said that the Lakers depended on Davis to protect the paint area and as well as switch out, and they had trouble to stay in solid. So their focus was them to adjust, but they didn't get any. They focused on trying to make up for the fact that they did not have AD in the lineup tonight.
Let me put this together for you all. The Lakers lost these two games a few days ago. I mean, it was going to play out exactly how we were hoping. Phoenix lost today. Sacramento lost today. If you win, if you beat Minnesota and you beat Golden State, you run the table to get to 6. And then all of a sudden, somebody had a tummy ache and then someone had a headache. I mean, there's really no words and no explanation, really. Not if you is it insensitive? Is it are we not knowing what's really going on? But seriously, man, think about that for a second. 3 days ago, the Lakers were hoping, we were hoping, I say we were hoping, that we were going to get a couple things go our way and we could get a fucking, sorry I had to say it, playoff spot. We had it. We had it today. We could have been on the way to do that. Instead, they're going to be a 10th seed and probably lose. Either in Golden State, they're going to lose in Northern California probably. Worst case, depends on how Golden State finishes off. Why? Because someone had a headache and someone had a stomach ache. That's just, I've been busy today, but there was just a head scratching and head turning all day watching this team play. We told you all that Golden State would do this, didn't we? We can't afford to have Golden State be an opponent in the play-in because what if they do this? And it's exactly how they did it. You're right, Frank. I am about to lose it, but I'm gonna wait. I'm sorry I had to drop the F-bomb there, but I know Gerald will be able to bleep that out. But seriously, I mean,
today I'm not going to bleep anything out.
I mean, seriously, dude. I mean, let's be real, guys. Forget about generations. Forget about who's the greatest of all time. Kobe wanted to play on a torn Achilles. He asked Gary Vee, "Can I wrap this up and finish the game?" I don't know anything else, folks. I'm sorry, but you can blame Darvin Ham all you want. You can blame D'Angelo Russell. You can blame Austin Reeves. You can blame spring finally flowering flowers. I don't care who you blame. It does not matter. Who are the big dogs on this team? And where were they when it mattered? I mean, the most crucial 2 games of the season were the last 2 games. And one or the other wasn't around. Those are your stars. Those are your stars. And LeBron set the table. Health over seeding. Health over seeding. Okay. Health over seeding. I wonder what his excuse going to be if they lose that first play-in game. Is it going to be health over playoff appearance? Yeah? Because it sure is looking like that. So, Mr. LeBron James, the most polarizing player in the NBA I've ever seen. I wasn't around old enough for Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. I know he was that guy then. But I will tell you this. This was the 2 biggest bitch moves I've seen from stars that played for the Lakers. By far. Absolute bitch move. I don't care if your leg was falling off. You got to play these games, and you got to win them because you already got enough rest throughout the year. You already punted too many games. It was this time right now, these last 2 games, and then the remaining 2 games where it was time to close this out, get a 6th seed, get in the playoffs, avoid playing extra games, and then rocking and rolling after that. But it's not there. It's not there. They're not about that, guys. You know why LeBron James has won 4 titles? Because he has talent that only a handful of people that have ever had in sports. It's his talent. And he's got a genetic freak recovery, which sometimes that happens. Karl Malone, John Stockton, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. There are some guys out there that can play 20 years. He happens to be one of them. 19, 20 years plus. But I'll tell you what, man. If there was the last line of defense and it mattered, things that really mattered in life, those fools would be staying home. I'd send them home. I got to go with some other people. Seriously. I mean, who's going to argue against it? Who's going to argue against it? I swear on my life, it would have taken a bullet to the motherfucking head to stop me from playing tonight if I was AD or LeBron the night before.
Once again, it is the Lakers fast break. The Lakers do lose 134 to 120. Joe Soros here from Simblades with a Y.com. I don't know if you're doing the nightcap, Joe. I did schedule one for 10:30.
I'll do. Oh no, I'll do the guy. Oh yeah, that's
okay. I
that's
scheduled it
what
for 10:30. I wasn't sure, so I just want to make sure. Okay.
Yes, I will. I will be there, and I
as
will.
long as you're not calling me a motherfucker. So there you go.
I'm just excited that you just said it. Thank you.
I wanted to wait until
makes you feel less bad, huh, Joe?
I wanted to earn the MFer in there, so I wanted to earn it.
This was tragic in terms of
sports. I just been restricted by Facebook for an hour, right on cue.
Wow, that's pretty crazy.
Yeah.
Really? No way.
Sharing. I share the Facebook feed out to 60 different Facebook groups, and they usually always ban me like halfway through. Anyways, it wasn't because we just dropped an F-bomb.
I was going to say that's crazy.
Maybe because we just dropped an F-bomb. I don't know.
I mean, the coincidence is too funny. I think it probably is that.
Yeah, absolutely. So yeah, this is a very explicit for everybody listening out there on audio. They're going to see it. It's going to say explicit, so it is. So what it is. But John, again, this is very frustrating because the Lakers had cut the lead down to 3 in that third quarter.
Might have been the bullet to the head. That might have been it.
Yeah, and he takes
folks. That's a figurative speech. I don't recommend anyone do that, please.
Yes, exactly.
And I would never do that. I'm just saying if that's what it would take, that's what it would have taken for me if I was in Anthony Davis's position and LeBron's position the other day to not play those games. But then again, I probably wouldn't be in this position as well. I would have won some games back in December and January to make sure. Look, at the end of the day, I've said this before. If you go out fighting, I'm going to respect you. If you go out like a bitch, I'm not going to respect you. I don't care what's going on. And what's crazy is both are happening right now. You went out like a bitch, and then you're going to end up being a bitch. At least if you had played your heart out and then gotten injured, I would have said, look, man, he did everything he could. God bless him. But instead, what'd you do? You saw it. You saw it. You all saw it.
John, again, that third quarter, the Lakers had cut the lead down to 3. The Lakers had all the momentum. And again, you have to take out LeBron. He's under the weather. I get that. But you took out AR and Rui. Rui, again, terrible game today, but he has still, for the most part, been good for you this part of the season. You have to go ahead and at least respect him out there. You took Rui out. You took AR out. You put the subs in. That was a killer because they immediately went on a run and built up the lead to 17 at the end by the end of the quarter in less than 3 minutes. No timeouts, John. No timeouts to slow the momentum. So what did the Lakers do? They went on a 10-0 run on their own. As soon as they went on the run, as soon as they got it to around 8 or 10, guess what? Kerr calls a timeout. Stops the momentum. They take a timeout. They get 5 immediately. They go on their own run as well. It just shows you the dichotomy of what a experienced, and whether you say he's a bad coach or a good coach, obviously the titles speak for themselves. As far as an experienced coach to what you've got with Darvin Ham, it makes it even more irritating, John.
Yeah, that's something that I've said a lot of times on this channel. I've said it on my Lakers channel. It's just that ability just to have a feel for the game and know when to call a timeout. Just feel the momentum of the game, which is crazy to me that the guy that is sitting right there or standing right there with his hands in his pocket doesn't feel that, but people on TV feel that, or us here at home, we feel that, or even the crowd feels it. And at first I thought to myself, like, oh, there's no way that, like, me, some average Joe that works a regular 9 to 5. Oh, that's funny, some average Joe, but some average guy that works a regular 9 to 5 notices this, and the guy standing right there, working day in and day out with these players, doesn't notice it. That's what I thought earlier in the season. And then I saw it happen time and time and time and time and time again. I was like, no, wait. I actually think he doesn't have a feel for this. I genuinely believe that this man watches us go get mollywopped. Sometimes we're going on these runs, and he'll just sit there and just, yeah, go ahead, just take the ball off from under the hoop. Let's just keep it rolling. And it's crazy to me. So that's one thing that I think really costs us the game, but that's been costing us game all throughout the season long. I mean, I said it one time when I was doing the live here with Stone. I genuinely believe that it's about anywhere from like 5 to a good 9 to 10 games that Darvin Ham has cost us because of either that timeout calling or just some terrible rotations, which is another thing that he did bad tonight. Darren, you said it, my brother. Darren said that lineup in the last 2 to 3 minutes in the third quarter was the game. Like, that right there was how we just got just knife to the throat, put their foot on our neck, and it was over. And
it's a figure of speech, by the way, for everyone out there.
Sorry,
yes.
Figure of speech, everyone. Figure of speech. It was just over because, like, we didn't have an answer. And the frustrating part is, like, I don't even think AR and Ruby are an answer for what the Warriors were doing. But I'll tell you what, they're a lot more of an answer than Gabe Vincent is, than Spencer Dinwiddie is, than running these 4 guard lineups. Man, this just, like I said, this just proves exactly what I said earlier in the stream, which is the fact that I had somewhat of a feeling that, hey, maybe Darvin Ham's starting to figure this out. Maybe he's starting to get it a little bit. Maybe some things are starting to click. But this game right here showed me that he hasn't learned anything from the first day of the season till now. Because, this is the last week of the NBA. Last week of the NBA regular season. And he's making elementary mistakes like that. There's no way this is real, guys. And Tom Tibbs, he said Moreno Valley stand up. Is that Moreno Valley in the NBA in the Bay Area? I think it's because I'm in the Bay Area. So
No, that's Southern California.
Oh, okay.
But speaking of Tom Tibbs,
I'm not a big fan of the Bay Area.
I'm not either. I'll be honest with you. My parents unfortunately placed me here at a young age. Very expensive.
You should disown them for that.
I should just. And then I just got.
When you were born, it was actually okay. It's the last 5-10 years actually.
And the only thing that's good about the Bay Area, I'm not gonna lie, is these little tech jobs. I got a solid little tech job, takes care of me, but the money that they ask here for rent is insane. So I hear you.
So speaking of Tom Tibbs, Joe, he said in the chat, I just don't understand why you people, I'm assuming he means us.
Hey, what do you mean, you people?
What do you mean, you people?
What's you people, John? What do we call them?
Of darker descent.
Of darker descent. Is that what you mean, Tom? Hey, you're in Moville. I'm gonna come see you, man. We don't talk about. Yeah, go ahead.
Anyways, he just doesn't understand why you people are so discouraged over one loss without our best player.
Tom,
let's talk.
The Lakers tonight would have had a clear path to the 6th seed had everyone played the last 2 games.
Yes.
So why are we upset? Because these last 2 decisions by your stars probably ended the season. You went from a playoff spot, folks, in case you forgot or don't know. The only teams that make the playoffs when the season is over is the 1 through the 6. The 7 and 8 have to wait for the 9 and 10, and vice versa. So the Lakers, after all the crap they did this last few months, they had a clear path to controlling their own destiny and getting that 6th seed and probably playing anyone but Denver and not having to play extra games in a play-in. Now, they're going to play 2 more, and likely 2 games on the road with their little headaches and the little tummy aches.
Come on,
So,
Tom. That's what
Sponsored
he's
by
saying.
Pepto-Bismol and Excedrin.
That's what we saying, Tom.
Cool, bro. Laker Tom is 79. He has to wear the sunglasses to protect his eyes. He is 79, cool, bro. Take you and add 64 to it. That is Laker Tom. You're lucky he's still around yelling at anybody at this point in time at 79. So, come on. Cut him some slack. That's why he wears sunglasses all the time. Be 79 and still be active in doing stuff. Most people are dead at 79. And we'll leave it at that. Once again, it is the Lakers Fast Break. It is Joe Soro and John Costa and me, Gerald Glassford. Thanks again for watching and listening. The Lakers do lose 134 to 120. They're 45 and 35. Technically, they're still in 9th place in the Western Conference. They're a half game in front of the Golden State Warriors, but they do have the same amount of losses. And if the Golden State Warriors win out, even if the Lakers win out, they lose the tiebreaker and fall to 10th. So we better hope for the Lakers, John, to win out and for something to go wrong in that New Orleans Golden State. At this point, passing New Orleans is probably a no-no at this point because New Orleans has to go winless, but we want them to beat Golden State because Golden State's other games are pretty easy. So it's at this point, John, it's probably not going to be passing up New Orleans. The only hope is that we pass up Sacramento for 8th.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. I
Which
believe
we don't have the tiebreaker.
Yeah, I was going to say, I believe we don't even have the tiebreaker against the Kings either. So
we have it against New Orleans and Phoenix, and that's it.
Okay. Yeah, I don't think New Orleans is going to be realistic anymore, especially with them playing the Warriors. And then we don't have the tiebreaker with the Kings. So earlier, some people were here in the chat saying like, we've clinched the 10th seed. We've clinched, that 9 or 10th seed. Honestly, guys, it's going to come down to. I don't even want to say it's going to come down to matchups because I feel like that's so much more of a playoff thing. Like this team has been so damn up or down that it's going to come down to. Is it our day or not? Because we have one game, because we've screwed ourselves by the lack of rotations, lack of timeouts, the punting games, Anthony Davis and LeBron James deciding to sit games that could have played and we could have won, aka punting the games. But honestly, our role players have been so up or down. D'Angelo Russell had a good, I would say, consistent like 2 months, if that, to be honest with you, and then has been up or down. And that kind of leads me to the point where it's like, yo, well, whoever we play come regular season, come to play-in, shoot, anything could go. Like, anything can go. And that's just so much different than a 7-game series because, like, man, if we were to harp on something we've already harped on so many times, but if we were to just to freaking slither our way and just do what we needed to do into that 6th seed, which was so freaking plausible, wouldn't really be worried about all this, and I'd be like, oh yeah, it comes all down to matchups, and we match up with the current 3 seed as of today, which is the Thunder, very well. I feel like we match up very well against the number 1 seed right now, which is the Minnesota Timberwolves. Not as well as I feel like we have a chance
Well,
against the Oklahoma City Thunder.
Did you hear the news that Cat is
Anthony
getting
Edwards.
closer? No,
Oh,
Cat. Carl Anthony Towns is coming closer. He is ahead of expectations and could be ready as early as the first round and even sooner because he's back 4 or 5-on-5 contact, I believe.
I mean, I don't want to disrespect the number 1 seed, but I still like that matchup a lot, to be honest with you. Not more than Oklahoma City Thunder matchup. That's my favorite matchup I'm looking for. I want the Oklahoma City Thunder smoke. But if not, then of course that T Wolves matchup. I just don't want the Nuggets. That's it, to be honest with you. That's it. But yeah, from the highest of highs to the lowest of lows, guys.
Joe, like John was saying on Saturday afternoon, you guys were ecstatic. You guys were on cloud 9. The Lakers had every opportunity to go ahead, had the 6th seed possibly in sights. Flash forward 2 games later, there's a very the most realistic possibility for the Lakers, although 8th place is still in play, is that they'll get the 10th seed. The seed that they probably won't get is the 7th or the 6th. Your thoughts, my friend, on how badly that this has been botched by the Lakers, how irritating it is for you as a fan, because absolutely you had everything right into the palm of your hands and you let it slip away.
Yeah, great players. LeBron all-time great. AD all-time great, but there's another level above them. There's nothing else there, folks. There's nothing there. I think LeBron will probably continue to pad his stats and make them unattainable by anybody else in the future, possibly. But winning, he's won. He's won for the Lakers. But Shaq, as great as he was an underachiever. He should have done more. LeBron should have had 7, 8 championships in his time. That's how that's what his talent was set up for. And I think a lot of those losses he had weren't his fault. Durant going to Golden State. But there was also a combination of playing in the weakest conference in any conference I've ever seen, as long as it's been weak, basically almost a quarter century. And I just don't connect with LeBron. I don't connect with Anthony Davis after this. I'm never going to connect with them anymore. I'll cheer for them. I'll hope that they do well here, but those guys are, I don't even know what word to use. They showed me nothing this last 3 days. They showed me who they really were. And unfortunately, it just Charmin tissue. Nice and soft. It's really, really a bummer, man. I think that's probably why I'm more sad. It's more sadness that you had this. You had it. You were in that Minnesota game. You guys were keeping up with this barrage of shots from Golden State. Imagine if you'd had Anthony Davis. They wouldn't have been able to do what they did as much with Anthony Davis playing tonight.
They said
They
they're
made
more free. They said their quotes in the after the post game was say they feel like they're better defenders on the perimeter when AD is there. They feel more bold.
Yeah, well,
to
whatever
go
it
ahead and
was,
beat them.
bottom line is AD does make a difference, perimeter and down to the post. It's what it is. And I have no doubt the Lakers would have won, beat Minnesota, and beat Golden State had their guys showed up. Both times. Both of them. focused, dealing with pain, dealing with the frustration of whatever's going on. But they didn't. And we can blame all these people. D'Angelo, Austin, Darvin Ham. It's not, folks. You just got proof who the real problems are. You just got it the last 2 games. So we're all going to have to sit in this. And for those of you who are this new generation, John, you're probably in that. You're 25. You're in the prime of your life. Let this sink in. What the old timers, what people like me, I don't think I'm an old timer yet. I don't think Gerald's an old timer. I think we're still there. Yeah. But we're not. First of all, I don't have a lawn to tell you to get off of. I have fake grass, so it's not a lawn. I'm with it. I'm with the times, technology-wise, lingo, friends. But you cannot defend what happened the last 2 games from your 2 stars. They came up ice cold Antarctica, shriveled up nuts the last 2 games. And I would say that to their face. I would say it to their face. You guys came up ballless the last 2 games.
Are you surprised they didn't put him in protocol? Concussion protocol for someone
I
that
don't
has
care
headaches and
about
nausea?
protocol. Anybody who gets a concussion playing basketball is a freaking knob. For God's sakes, are you kidding me? You ever been kicked in the head in football? That's a concussion. It hurts like somebody just put a sledgehammer to your head. I've played thousands of basketball games. I've had my face hit, my nose hit with the ball, elbow. I've had every kind of something in my face. How the hell did I not get a freaking concussion? Oh wait, Joe, you're not playing against 6'10" guys. I go, who's that kind of guy in the NBA right now? Who? Bunch of pansy ass bitches. What? Who? What are they gonna do? You ever seen basketball players fight? It's probably how P. Diddy would fight if he got into a fight. Come on.
I think he's been waiting for that one. I think he's
Give
been
me a break,
waiting.
man.
I think he's had that in like storage, John.
No, it
and
just
he's been
came
waiting.
out. Pardon, no Diddy, by the way. It's probably going to sink in later tonight, or maybe it might sink in about 10 minutes when I start the show. But yes, it's sadness that the Lakers had it. They got what they wanted. Phoenix lost, Sacramento lost. All they had to do was win out, and they would have been a 6 seed. So with that, I'm going to check out. I'll see you all in 8 minutes. I'm going to go get a drink. Johnny, if you want to show up, you want to come by, you can. Gerald, if not,
I will try to come by. I'm just gotta.
I'll see you guys
I'll
tomorrow.
stop by as soon as I put up the audio for this.
You got it.
game,
And then anybody else, I'll see you
it'll
guys
be easy
there.
because I ain't editing much because it's explicit. So there you go.
Later, dude. Okay.
It is, of course, the Lakers Fast Break. It is Joe Storrow along with me, Gerald Glassford, right there. And then, of course, John Costa. Before we head on out, John, I want to go in and make sure you get the cheap plug because we got a good crowd tonight. Almost 80, 85 people, almost 90 in the chat tonight. Really, if you haven't had a chance yet, please like and subscribe, follow, whatever you can do to support us right here at the Lakers Fast Break. We do take super chats as well. Always greatly appreciated. Joe's coming up here in just 7 minutes with his nightcap. But John, make sure you give everybody the lowdown on what's going on at Clutch Talk and Lakers Corner, even if it's a rant or two coming up from you, my friend.
Yes. It might be a couple of rants coming up from me on both channels, but like our Gerald mentioned, I have 2 channels you guys can check me out at. I have Clutch Talk, which is on YouTube, Apple Podcasts, Spotify. That's an NBA talk show bringing you guys all NBA news, dropping 2 episodes per week. And then I have Lakers Corner, where we're bringing you all type of Lakers content, all type of Lakers coverages, game recaps, and really like some special videos or whatnot.
Tom Tibbs is like, Tom Tibbs reminds me of one of those disaster movies when the building is falling down, or like the Titanic is going over and it's going upside down. It would be like that one guy while everybody's just like mass hysteria and mass panicking is running all over the place and screaming, "Don't panic!" Or no, Animal House. If everybody remembers the Animal House, Kevin Bacon's role at the very end when he gets run over by the stampede, because he's that guy that goes, "Don't panic, everyone. Everyone remain calm. It's not a problem. The Lakers can still win." And he eventually gets run over by the entire crowd and stampeded. But that's okay. Kevin Bacon, he appeared in a few movie things, and I think he's done okay for himself. But continue,
Yeah.
my friend.
No, absolutely. I feel that. But yeah, like I was saying, Clutch Talk, Lakers Corner, check me out, guys. But real quick, I just want to answer Robert's question. Robert Wheeler said, John, on the scale of 1 to 10, what is your confidence level in the Lakers can make it out of the play-in? Honestly, I'm going to be 100% honest with you guys. Like,
If they're
as
a
of
10,
if they're 10, yeah, exactly. I'm gonna answer if they're a 10. If they're a 10, because that's where we look out to be right now, like a 3, to be real with you, like a 3, only because instead of now us just playing that one game and getting slotted in at the 7th seed, which that's if we were to finish in at the 7th or 8th seed, we're gonna have to beat the Warriors or beat the Warriors if they're like that 9th seed, and then we're gonna have to beat the winner of the Sons of the King. I mean, the loser of the Sons of the Kings. So honestly, my confidence level is low because I don't see it happening.
you don't see that. You know what? I kind of agree with you though on the 3 part. If the Lakers are a 10 seed,
Mhm.
yeah, definitely think that that's probably going to be the case. So yeah, I agree with you there. So um, I agree with you there. If they're a 10 seed, I would give them a 3, and if not, I would probably say if they're higher at an 8 seed, then I would say it's about a 6,
Yeah, 6,
about a
yeah,
6 to 8, 6 to 8. So
absolutely. No,
I think
I'm
that
right
makes
there.
all the difference. Being on the road for 2 playing games, yeah, that's pretty rough, man. That's
That's rough.
pretty rough.
Yeah. Could have got it done, guys. Could have freaking got it done, but whatever.
Whatever, indeed, my friend. But it is John Costa. Please go ahead and check out what he's doing today, right there for you at, of course, Clutch Talk and Lakers Corner. I'm getting Joe set up here so I wasn't sure he was going to be on tonight. Let me go ahead and get Joe started here. Joe, I'm going to go ahead and get you started to help you get you started on thing because I didn't schedule out because it's 10:30, so he's still setting up right now. I'm going to go ahead and get him set up while he does that. But yes, it is Lakers Fast Break. It is Joe Soro coming up here in just a couple minutes. But John, any final thoughts while Joe and gets the drinks for his show on the way out, my friend?
Man, look, guys, we have no choice but to win out the rest of the season. We better win out the rest of the season. We have the Grizzlies and the Pelicans, 2 teams that we should absolutely beat. And after that, hey, if we're lucky, we can make it out of the play-in. If not, then at least we can get some Lakers off-season content going and start looking forward to next season.
That's going to be a lot of conversation, but I would like to have that conversation, after a victory by the Lakers in the World Championship. That'll be coming up hopefully in June, as opposed to having it done here in the next 7 to 10 days. That would not be good. Yes.
Would not be good at all.
Your thoughts, though, on whether or not we can go ahead and get AD back? AD right now, they said it. Darvin Ham in the post game said AD, his status on his health is wait and see how he wakes up in the morning. So there you go.
Anthony Street Clothes Davis. Even though he's been a lot more healthy this season, but
Yeah.
you never really know with the eye injury, and like they're keeping us so in the dark like that. I really don't know what the situation is.
Well, we'll see, but I'm going to get Joe started here in just a minute. Joe, I got you all ready. Let me get Joe already here in a second. So it is the Lakers Fast Break. It is Joe Soro coming up here in just a second with Lakers Nightcap with Joe Soro. Going ahead and getting him all set up for tonight's showcase of showcases with the Lakers Nightcap. You know he's not going to be pleased getting on the air here tonight. So I am going to go ahead and get him started here, but let me go ahead and get him here right there. But John, my friend, it's always great to have you back, my friend, on the show. But let me hear your thoughts on what the Lakers need to do to get it done in the next 2 games before we head on out.
We're gonna need LeBron James and Anthony Davis to be there. I don't care I don't care what they got going on. I don't care if LeBron James's tummy starts turning like it's never turning his life and he needs to go to the bathroom to go poop. But he's gonna have to be there. Take some Tums. Anthony Davis, if the eye hurts, go ahead and get you that little what is it, like a Colorado shot? It's the one you take and you just don't feel no pain. Take that shit,
The
Anthony Davis.
cortisone shot and all that.
Cortisone. Thank you very much. I couldn't even say it. We're gonna have to take that little cortisone shot, Anthony Davis, if that's what you need. But you're gonna have to play because we gotta win out, and we gotta.
Peacemaker, hold on, Peacemaker. LeBron deserves a lot of the blame for Sunday. That was on him on Sunday. Yeah, so we're blaming the AD for not being there today. We're blaming LeBron for not being there on Sunday, Peacemaker. So it goes both ways. So don't give us that. Yeah.
Yep. There you go, Gerald. Set him straight.
You can take your laughing emojis somewhere else, my friend, because you got to hear all of our shows before you take a blanketed opinion. Go ahead and hear all of our shows first.
Tell him.
Then make your statements. Please.
Tell him, Gerald. Tell him, Gerald. Tell him.
And LeBron, like again, we are on his case when he doesn't get the job done. But today he showed up an hour before the game, still under the weather, and gutted out, shot 14 of 22. Should he have gotten 50 tonight in place of AD? I don't know. I think D'Lo should have been able to play better than he did. But again, I'm going to go ahead and give it to, as far as LeBron, I'm not going to be hard on him today, but I will be hard on him for not showing up on Sunday, my friend. But John, any last thoughts on that before we head out? That got me going, man. That got me going.
Tell him, Gerald. I love to see when you get going. But man, look. Anthony Davis, LeBron James, no more BS. Let's win out these last 2 games and let's roll into this play-in like a playoff team that we're supposed to play like. But yeah, we'll see. Let's see what happens here.
We'll see what happens. So Joe is starting up the nightcap right now. It is Lakers Nightcap with Joe Soro. That's coming up right now for you. That's still on the Lakers channel. Lakers Fast Break channel. Stay on this channel. Stay right here. Joe's got you covered. But for John Costa, it's Gerald Glassford. Thanks so much again for watching. Listen, truly appreciate it. Joe Soro's on right now. He's having a nightcap. You should have one too with him right here at the Lakers Fast Break Podcast.